Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be scrolling and you popped in here, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Hopefully you will stay a while, just for a little bit. Um, for those of you who are seeing this channel for the first time, my name is Beverly. My channel is called Not on My Soapbox, which is not really a soapbox. Everyone is welcome. This channel is not about entertainment. It's really about real issues, real subject matters, everyday things that we deal with that we don't really talk about. But I got time on my hand now, and so I want to talk about those things. I hope everyone's having a great day, because it's a great day to have a great day. And why not have a great day? Why not? It's not like if you can get this day back another time. Once this day is gone, it's gone forever. So I hope everyone is doing well and everyone is hanging on in there. So, I'm always thinking, is what I do. And my purpose on my channel is just to get us to think, not just to wander through life oblivious to things that can make our lives better. So, I was thinking about relationships. Everyone has a relationship, or two, or three. Some of us has 15, 20. We have lots of relationships that we don't even really consider them relationships because it's easy. It's everyday. But they are relationships. We have relationships with the grocery store clerk. We have relationship with our laundry person. We have relationship with our garbage man if we see them at all. We have relationship with our mail person. Hey Ken, how you doing? Good to see you, my man. Peace and blessings. We have relationships with our animals, our pets, because we are relationship-oriented people. And today I want to talk about knowing when to let go in a relationship. And I'm not even talking about a romantic relationship. I'm talking about perhaps a friendship. Knowing when to let go in a relationship, because I realize not all relationships are meant to are built to last. And for me, not all relationship can travel since I've embarked on this new abode. And that's okay. It's okay. No one likes change. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Do you know which relationship that you're in is long-term or short-term? Do you know which one it is? Have you considered it? Because not every relationship is built to last. Sometimes we hold on to the wrong relationship that we need to let go of, and we let go of the relationship that we need to hold on to. Have that ever happened to you? Everybody is valuable. Everyone that comes into your space and you're connected with and you have a relationship with is valuable. Every relationship that you're in offers you something, and that's why we hold on to it. Everyone is unique and they bring a unique perspective. And they add something different into you. They pour something different into you that helps. And so, you need to know that not every relationship, because I know you've heard that already, that some relationship is for a while, some is for a season, and some is for a lifetime. But do we really think about those things? Do we think about the relationship that we're having, that we're investing so much in? Is this relationship forever? Or is this relationship short term? So, which one do you let go of? How do you judge? Which relationship do you hold on to? How do you judge? How do you know? Are you holding on to a relationship that you should have let go of? And have you let go of a relationship that you should have held on to? Come on, talk to me. Because I know I'm not the only person who've had trouble with it. Sometimes I had trouble figuring out which relationship is healthy and which relationship is not. Because sometimes we are so comfortable in a relationship, or because what we're getting from a person at a particular time makes us feel so good, meets our need one way or the other. Sometimes we're afraid to investigate the relationship to find out whether or not it is healthy or not. Right? So, which relationship is built to last? Sometimes a relationship can be going really good, sometimes for years, really good. And you're having a good time, you're growing and changing in the relationship. But that relationship is not necessarily meant to last forever. It's probably there just to serve its purpose. But because we hold on and remember the good times, we don't know when to let go of that relationship, and that's problematic. Guys, look, it's happened to me 1,000 times. I mean, I'm exaggerating. But there are times when I hold on too tightly to a relationship that I should have let go, and dismiss the relationship, or not give the relationship the opportunity I should have to better me. And so let's talk about the relationship that we should have let go, that we hold on to. What do you think that does to us when we hold on to a relationship that's not giving us the things that we desire? What do you think that does to our psyche? And why do we hold on to a relationship that no longer meets our needs? Why do we do that? Is that because of fear? Is that because of lack of being loved? Is that because of lack of being left? Is that because of insecurities? Why would we hold on to a relationship that no longer is serving its purpose in our lives? I want to believe that more of our relationships are not serving the right purpose in our lives, but we hold on to it because we feel comfortable. Because this is us again tuning out and not dealing with the reality. Not every relationship should be held on to. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I have friendship over the years that we had great times for a really nice long stretch. But we grew apart. We have different needs. We have different desires. We have different goals. I mean, time alone could ruin a relationship. And I hold on to it so tightly because I remember those good days. But then somebody is suffocating in the relationship. But I'm still holding on to it because, come on, you remember those days? You remember that time you were there for me when? And we don't realize that the time that person came into our lives is the time they were supposed to be there to help us through that obstacle, that time, whatever our need was at that particular time. And it was only for that time. It wasn't meant forever. But because that person connected with us in a special way, we hold on to that relationship for their life. While the other person is trying to get away from us to go do what they need to do, we're holding on. So, what's your process? What's your process for figuring out what relationship is a permanent relationship and what relationship is a part-time relationship? Do you have any strategy for that? What's your process? How do you go about it? How do you know which relationship I need to let go, which relationship I need to hold on to? Because sometimes, even though I know logically that I need to let go of that relationship, logically I know I need to let go of the relationship, my heart keeps me going back and trying to hold on to it, and that's not good. I got that problem. I have a problem with knowing when to let go of a relationship. So I would love to hear your process. I would love to hear your thought on this, when to let go, because not all relationship is built to last. Not all relationship is meant to travel. Some relationship is good for the time of the problem. It's good for the time of the problem. So, talk to me, guys. I know I'm not alone in this. And so I want to hear your process. Why do we hold on so long to a relationship when it's expired? And then it makes us feel so badly. It makes me feel awful. And you know why? Because letting go of a relationship that's short-lived, it's still painful, because you've invested in that relationship. It still hurts. It hurts your heart. It breaks your heart, because that relationship was important to you. It hurts. Sometimes you don't want to deal with the hurt. Sometimes you don't want to lose the relationship. But what's the purpose of holding on to a relationship when the person has already left? What's the purpose of holding on to a relationship when the relationship is one-sided? What's the purpose of holding on to a relationship when the other person in that relationship is not being fulfilled? What's the purpose of that? We need to learn to take the relationship for what it was worth. If it was a short-term relationship, take it for what it was worth. What you got out of it, you need to take it. And bless the person for that. So talk to me, guys. Hit me up. Send me a text. Let me know what do you do? What's your process of knowing when a relationship has reached its full term and when a relationship is for a lifetime? I have friends that I've known for 20-something years. I have a friend that I've known for 30-something years. And I know those relationships were lifelong relationships because those people didn't require me to change who I am. They loved me just the way that I am. They didn't need me to change who I am. They loved me just the way that I am. That's a good test. When you're in a relationship and the other person wants you to adjust and change and, to be different or to be, that you have to watch that. Hi, Leonard, how you doing? When you're in a relationship and the person do not love you for who you are, just the way you are, that's not a long-term relationship. That shouldn't be a long-term relationship, because if you have to change who you are to be in a relationship, that's a poor decision. So tell me, how do you differentiate from the relationship that's long-term and the one that's short-term? I want to hear from it, because I struggle with it sometimes. And I'm sure that I have abandoned pretty good relationship that would have lasted a lifetime. I'm sure, but sometimes when you're not healthy, you don't think straight. Sometimes when you're hasty, you make poor decisions. So I want to know, what's your process of determining what's a long-term relationship and what's a short-term relationship? Leonard, for instance, We've been friends since we were teenagers. I was a teenager. I think we were teenagers. We were teenagers. I'm in my 50s now, and in my 50s now, and we're still friends. You know, did we know the relationship was going to last forever? That was the plan. You know, and then sometimes too, what about when you have a long-term relationship and you don't nurture that relationship as you should, but the relationship is still growing because it's long-term? But can you imagine if you had poured into that relationship all the things you could have to nourish it and grow it? What type of relationship you would have had if you had done that? So relationships are tricky. Relationships are tricky. You know, I get in trouble with my relationships all the time. I get in trouble. You know, either I'm pouring too much in or not enough in. Because it all has to do with where I am on the spectrum at the time. You know, so talk to me. Talk to me about your relationships. When it's time to end that short-term relationship, what do you do? How do you know? And then what you're doing to nurture the long-term relationship that you have. Because we take our relationships for granted. I'm glad that you're blessed. So am I. We take our relationship for granted and we assume that someone's always going to be there. Not always the case. Not always the case. So I am learning in this time, some of my relationship will not stand the test of time. You know, some people were there when they were there for what I needed to get through at the time, and I thank them for that. And I was there for their time of need, and I guess they thank me for that also, but it's still painful. There's some relationship that has to be dissolved, and I wish that wasn't the case. I wish some of my relationship would last forever. I wish some of my relationship were long-term relationships, but you can't force it. You can't force it. You know, there are people in my life I wish they'd be more gung-ho about a relationship like me. But that's not the case. You can't force that. So, when the relationship runs its course, you have to, as painful as it is, you have to, hi Lorraine, as painful as it is, you have to let it go. Because nobody want to be held. Nobody want to stay in a situation where they're not comfortable, where they don't want to stay. And it doesn't always have to be your fault. It doesn't have to be a fault thing that a relationship ends. It could be something as simple as you have outgrown each other. Something as simple as that. Something as simple as you have different interests. It could be a form of jealousy. It could be something as moving away from where you used to live. There are many reasons why some relationship is short-term. And so we have to understand it so we can be happy. You know, right now I have a relationship that I love dearly. I tell you, I'm always going to be truthful to you guys. I will always be truthful. There is a relationship. Thank you, my love. And to you as well. Blessings to you and yours as well. There is a relationship. There's several relationships. Let's talk. Let's talk, guys. Let's talk. That's why we're here, right? To be honest. There are several relationships in my life right now that it breaks my heart because I want it to be lifelong relationships. But the truth is, they're not. And it hurts. It really, really hurts. I've tried everything. I've made myself available. I've not made myself available. I've spoken about it. I've not spoken about it. And I want the relationship to last because the people I'm in a relationship with, they're great people. but the relationship is not meant to be a forever relationship. It's painful. So, does anyone out there feel like that? That you were in a relationship or you had a relationship that came to an end or has to end and you don't really want it to, but for your own peace of mind, you should? And why do we hold on? Why do we hold on to a relationship that's over? Why do we do that? Can somebody answer that question for me? Can you guys, send me your idea, send me your opinion on that? Why do we hold on to a relationship that's over? I know we all do it, and I'm not talking about a romantic relationship. Why do we do that? Is that a learned behavior? Is that a humanistic thing? What is that? And that's more so with women than men. And I could be wrong. But I know because women, when we get involved with each other, we involve for life. And not every relationship is for life. Sometimes you just drift apart because of situations, yeah. There's a time and a season for everything. Woo! Lauren, come on. You got to break that down. I know that's Bible, but how do you know what time or what season it is? Right? So talk to me about that. And yeah, sometimes you drift apart and that causes a relation. Life happens, right? Life happens. And so the relationship kind of dwindles out. And sometimes you're able to come back together, and that's the blessing of it. Sometimes families, one party might be married, one party might not be married, and then so they have different things going on. Illness could be the problem with relationships. Some parties are not able to deal with a sick friend. That's something, and yes, there's a time and a season for everything. But do we understand that? In our rational mind, we know that there's a time and season for everything. But when you love someone and that person has been good to you and you enjoy that person and that person enjoys you, but you know that a relationship doesn't have any substance to hold on to the end, it still hurts. And I think that's why we hold on so hard. I think we need to do ourselves a favor and release that relationship, because there's 100 more people waiting to get close to you, wanting to know. I would like to get to know that person. Why is he the way? Why is she the way that she is? I want to get to know her. She's fascinating to me. Do you know there's somebody think that you're fascinating and they want to get to know you, but you're distracted with a relationship, a short term. And there's somebody waiting to have a long-term relationship with you. So, wants to be in a video? Sure. Somebody waiting to have a long-term relationship with you. Why you are fussing about the relationship you need to let go of? So I thought about this today because, my heart's a little achy because I know one of my relationship is coming to its halt. And the relationship has been good. And I'm sad. I'm sad about it. I'm honest. I'm sad about it. I'm talking about it now and I'm sad. Because I can remember, the good times in the relationship. But it is what it is. Not all relationship is built to last. And some is just for what it is, for the season. And so we have to know when to let go and release the other person and give yourself another opportunity and give somebody else a chance to get to know you, because when you're preoccupied, you miss the blessings. You miss the blessings. So, which one do we keep? Which one do we let go of? Hi, Sister Eastland. Which one do we keep? Which one do we let go of? And how do you know which one's going to last and which one not gonna? So I have to, yes, on this channel, We talk about real issues. There's no judgment, Lauren. We talk about real things, and things that nobody's talking about. That's the purpose of the channel. And it's not just my channel, it's everybody's channel. Good to see you, Sister Eastland. It's not everybody has an opportunity to say what's on their mind. There's no judgment, there's no wrong answer, there's no right answer. Because you might have some information that I don't have, and I might have some information you don't have, and together we're better, together we're stronger, and that's what it's about. So it's your channel as well as my channel. So this is what I have to ask you guys. A couple of days ago, so keep writing me about which relationship has to let go and why it has to be let go, and which relationship has to stay. A couple of days ago, I asked, the question was, why are you here? And I'm waiting for some more answers as to why you're here. Why were you created? Why were you created? Because I know everybody has to answer that question if they haven't already, and I really want to hear the answers to that question so we can have a discussion on that. And then I've also asked for you guys to send me 5 things that you want me to talk about. 5 things. Because I have lots to talk about. Because remember, when I started this channel, I said it was therapy for me. And I was going to talk about things that I wanted to talk about. But I also want to be relevant for you also. So perhaps you guys have something pressing that you want us to talk about, and I want us to talk about the things that's pressing to you. I don't just want to talk about the things that's important to me, not at all. I want to hear from you. Perhaps you were thinking about something. Let me just go off track a little bit. Today I was reading something on Facebook, and it was about a lady who said, a woman who said that she's welcome in death because she just can't afford to live anymore. And that broke my heart. It just broke my heart. Because there's so many of us. I'm not saying to the extreme, but there's so many of us carrying around so many different burdens that we don't have anyone we can talk to and be honest with without feeling judged. And we think we're in this thing alone. And we're not alone. And this is what the channel is for. It's for you to hear yourself think. And for us to assist you with that. And you to assist me, and me to assist you. That you don't have to feel that you're alone. So, yeah, it was really sad. I was really sad this morning. And I just a perfect stranger, and I just said to her, I am so saddened that you're feeling so sad. And I just want you to know that things will get better. And I suggested to her, I said, have you tried Jesus? Perhaps you should. Perhaps you should. Because he makes everything all right. But I wanted to tell her that even though it feels like the end of the world, and that's how it feels to her, the end of the world, just to let her know that there's hope. That a stranger somewhere was thinking about her and praying for her and hoping her and wishing her well. This is what this channel is going to be about. It doesn't always have to be sad things. It's not about sad things only. It's about our lives. What we're struggling with, what we've contemplated, what we're thinking about, what we've thought about, answers to questions we don't have, questions to answers we don't, whatever it is. This thing only freezing up. You're having a hard time. I'm sorry, babes. So whatever it is, this is a platform for us to just come on here and be honest, man. Talk about your stuff. Because, guys, hi, Nicole, I'm going to be talking about my stuff. Because, listen, I got stuff. I'm going to be talking about my stuff. You guys might say, babe, that's too much stuff. No, I'm going to be talking about my stuff. And so I want you guys to feel safe and secure and to know that on this channel you could talk about your stuff. Because listen, as human beings, we all have stuff. We walk around with our well-made up face and our my shaved head and our braided hair and our weaves, and we on the outside we fine, but the inside we a mess. On this channel, eyes wide open. We want to live with our eyes wide open. We want to know why we're doing what we're doing, and we want to help each other. So I was on here on my soapbox, which is not really a soapbox, talking about, when do you know what friend you need, what relationship you need to let go of, and what relationship you need to hold on to. Because I was sad today, because I know several of my relationships has run its course. And saying it out loud, now I know it's really final. It hurts. And I know perhaps you have the same thing too. So that's what I have. That's what I have, guys. Soon I'm going to be on YouTube, and you can check me over there. Make sure you like. Please comment, because the comment is going to help me if I come back on tonight or tomorrow to address those comments. And we just keep it going. This is a love. Listen, I'm just here, just trying to assist one live on Facebook Live. That's it. Because if someone had helped me when I was growing up through my stuff, like I'm trying to do now, a lot of the hurts I didn't have to bear. A lot of the burden I didn't have to bear by myself. And that's what I want to do. So to you guys who are out there, to you guys who are tuning in, I come on when I'm moved. Eventually, I'm going to have a regular time. I'm still working that out. I come on when I'm moved, and I'm speaking about my stuff that's happening to me in the particular day. And so that's why I want you to send me 5 things that you want us to talk about. Put it in the comment, 5 things. I don't care the order. Because I guarantee you, if you're worrying about or you're concerned about something, somebody else is concerned about that something too. Okay? Because if you guys don't send me 5 things, I'm going to start talking about my life. So, but I love you guys. Listen, right now is all that we have. It really is. Right now, at this particular moment, is all that we have. Let's try to do the best that we can right now. Let's try to do the best that we can right now. No excuses, no regrets. Do your best right now. And if we can do that right now, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Welcome to the community. You have support. We are better together, stronger together. Welcome to Not on My Soapbox, which is really not a soapbox, but I had to call it something. I love you guys. I can't wait to get all your comment. I promise you I'm going to respond to it. Please send me 5 things you want us to talk about. It doesn't have to be heavy things, or it could be heavy things. It doesn't matter. We just want to talk about it. I love you to bits. I love you to bits and pieces. I love you to life. I see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I promise you. Love you. Okay, there's a question here. Should Christians get caught up in worldly events since this is not our home? When you say worldly events, what do you mean? Because we live in the world. Lauren, we live in the world, so we are going to be involved in some worldly things. So you have to specify for me. What do you consider worldly events? What do you consider worldly events? While you're trying to write your thought down, or if you want me to answer this question now, and if you have more, that's fine. But anything that we are involved in as Christians that doesn't bring glory to God, politics, like being in the Senate and being like a congressman or being the president or like that, because we are supposed to be the salt of this earth. We should be in politics because we are the change agents. We are salt and light. We're supposed to go into a thing and make it better. But if we engage in a worldly thing that doesn't bring glory to God, then that's problematic. But politics, absolutely. Yes. If you were Congresswoman, won't you make a difference in that world? I think you will. I think you will. Let me just talk about this quickly. On my job, before I'm semi-retired now. The job that I had before, where I was a coordinator in a homeless shelter, I'm going to talk about that eventually, and as I go, because it's a lot to tell. I was in an environment where it was a homeless shelter for women. Women were displaced, women were beaten, women were on drugs, women were alcoholics, you name it. It's the point where humanity is at its lowest. And when someone is displaced and they have to come into an environment where they have to be told what they need to do, when they got to do it, when you got to come, when you got to go, where you can sit, where you can't sit, you could have some of your clothes, not all of your clothes. Listen, as an adult, it takes its toll. And because I was in that environment and everyone who knew me knew that I was a Christian, because you can't hide who you are. It's hard for me to hide who I am, because I've been a Christian since I was 12 years old. And the amount of times they would curse me out and call me the B word and everything else, and you name it, they'll call me. And it hurt because I'm a human being. But I would always say, thank you very much. And that would get them more upset. Sometimes I would say it because I know it would get them upset, but sometimes if I say what I wanted to say, it would be unprofessional. I wasn't going to curse or anything, but because I'm a human being, sometimes you need a release. But I would always try to stay in character because my master's will is always first and foremost to me. And they would curse and carry on. But I tell you what, they would always come back and say to me, Miss Beverly, I'm sorry. Because I know that's not our relationship. And I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. It wasn't about you. And I would always say, it's okay. Because I knew it wasn't about me, because the way I was practicing to represent my Lord on that job, I knew it wasn't personal, but it hurt. And so when you can make a difference, that's what we do as Christians. We're going and we show the world how to behave differently. That's why God needs us in these places. Because somebody has to represent God. Somebody got to speak sense to the nonsense. Somebody's got to speak sense to the nonsense. So we don't have to run away from a challenge. We have to be in the challenge and conduct ourselves Christianly. So I'm not sure. Text me some more. Let me know exactly what line you're coming from. But I was just giving you that, for instance. We don't have to back away from anything as Christians. We're supposed to go forward because we're representing. And we have to show people how to live, how to behave under stress and hurt and persecution, and people hate you for just showing up. People hate you for being a Christian. People hate you for who do you think you are, for just trying to live righteous. People's going to hate you. But you know what? The blessings always comes along in your benefit. So you just got to keep straight ahead. So we don't have to shy away. Anything that's going to uplift God, we can go. We can do it. We don't have to be afraid. We need to be there. We need to be there. So hit me up, text me, talk to me, send me stuff. I don't care. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm probably going to be back here again tonight because I was here early today. I have some other videos out there. Check it out, guys. I think it's going to bless your heart. And as soon as I'm flipped over to YouTube, it's going to be over there too. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Welcome to your channel. Well, not on my soapbox, which is really not a soapbox. I love you. Love you to life. I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay.